What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cuphead S ranking bosses. We're on Isle 3 and we're gonna start out with Honey something, the bee boss. So I'm gonna use Miss Chalice here just because it's easier to parry the attack, because this is basically the only parry section. You can parry the triangle and the little circle ball thing that she has, but it's easier to parry this. So the one thing you want to do is run away from that bee cop, because I've gotten hit by him. It's just hit, and it's not hitting. I've been hit by him so many times. I'm also using crack shot right here, just so I don't have to aim too much. Pull off the super here, because you can hit either the top or the bottom part of the bee. It doesn't really matter. Just got to be very cautious of the honey rising and then whatever attack she throws at you. I got really lucky right here that I could parry this and then just like get an extra parry, make sure that I got all my parries done. I have my super done, so now I'm just really trying not to get hit because I'm already at 3 health, and to just finish this boss pretty quick for time. Stage 2 takes a minute. You have to go through, I think, every stage at least once. One triangle stage, one circle stage, and one of the other stages, whatever it's called, the one where she spits out little bullet bills from Mario. Anyway, I just start using supers here, or at least one super, just to make sure I get my supers done, because I wasn't quite sure. And whatever side she goes at, you go the opposite side, because she's going to do a little chainsaw attack. If she's in the middle, then as you can see right here, she's going to launch like little fist things at you. This game, like this boss, is really just a dodging simulator, because it is crazy, and you can see why I have crack shot here. I cannot aim while dodging all of this. That is just not in my tool set of skills. So yeah, that's what we end up doing. That was a pretty clean boss. That took me probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. It was super duper short. As long as you just dodge everything, which it sounds a lot easier than it is. I mean, you're going to S rank it pretty quick. I recommend crack shot and Miss Chalice just because of the ease of the supers and the parries and the dodges and the double jump. But, you know, you can do it with Cuphead. It's possible. Maybe not for me, but I'm sure for other people that are skilled at the game, it is possible. So that is the first Isle 3 boss completed, and I'm going to show you my little set here. I had crack shot with charge that I never ended up using, super art 3, and the astral cookie. Next, we're going to move on to the little rat vermin. Keep the same set, but I actually get to use the charge shot. You'll see that a lot here. That's my main go-to weapon. I love the charge shot. I see like nobody use it, and I don't know why. I am obsessed with this weapon. I don't know if it's like a placebo effect, but I feel like it does so much damage, and it is just fantastic. So those little springboards actually do not count as a parry. I learned that, so I just decided to double jump. It doesn't count as a parry for, like, you know, the S rank. It counts as a parry like in the battle, of course. So what you want to do is you want to parry these things, and it is super easy to hit something else while trying to parry this. So I have 2 parries right now. And now this section gets intense. I switched to the crack shot because all you want to do is make sure you're not on the floor that he's on, but also dodge these little bottle cap spinning things. It's really tough. This is probably how I died most often, this stage, because it's just, there's so much going on. I get super lucky right here with like when the stage ends, what bottle caps come out, how long I lasted in there. That was really lucky. So when the cat shows up, I'm just like, hey, pop off the super. Sadly got hit by that little cat claw. Really stinks, but I won't get hit by it twice. You know, fool me once, shame on me and all that. And I'm making sure to use a couple extra supers because I did complete this boss, but I didn't have the amount of supers I needed, and I also didn't have the amount of parries I needed, so I'm really just trying to cover my bases. I think that was my 3rd parry. I can't get hit again. I know I have more than enough supers. I now know I have more than enough parries. I'm just trying to end the boss My only concern right now is getting hit and time. And right there, as you can see me teabagging and dashing around, I am feeling very confident about that attempt. And, spoiler alert, since you're seeing this as the only attempt, you can probably bet your bottom that, you know, I got it. I got the S. I don't know why we're betting bottoms here, but, you know, I think I meant to say bet your bottom dollar, but then I just didn't finish it. Regardless, no one cares about my analogies and weird metaphors. They care about me S ranking bosses, and that is the second boss that was S ranked. Charge Shot and Crack Shot were my friends in that. It was just fantastic. So next we're going to Captain Whatever Beard. Now this one I decided to use Cuphead because the way you parry his stuff actually is better with Cuphead. You see he launches these little pink pellets and it's more of a vertical thing. Also, you see I'm still using Charge Shot as I'm actually addicted to this. Again, I have the heart ring, as you can probably tell, because I'm getting health from the pink pellets that he's launching. Trying to get as many charge shots as I can. Trying to trigger all of the other attacks so I don't have to worry about it. You'll see that I run into that treasure chest a lot. Like up top, I try and trigger it a lot and then like back up like I did there. Just because I don't want to deal with it, because so much happens on screen that I start to lose track of everything. Like, it's crazy. I might have gotten hit by that cannonball if that stage or attack continued. So now, as you can see, I switched to Crack Shot just so I don't have to worry about the hitting the whatever it's called, uvula, I think. I'm starting to use a couple extra supers just for extra damage. I get hit there because the treasure kind of screwed me up. But it's fine. We still have 3 health. We're probably really good on time. That was another parry, so I actually get an extra hit point if I do get hit. And that is going to be about the end of the boss. He has a lot more health than I remember, actually. There we go. So, yeah, this is probably one of the easiest Isle 3 bosses. I know a lot of people have trouble with certain aspects of certain bosses, whether it's this one or other ones, but for some reason this one makes so much sense to me. It's just parry, dodge, which really is every boss, but for some reason everything on screen never overwhelms me in this boss battle. I don't know. But I recommend, if you have Miss Chalice, probably use Cuphead for this one. It's just easier, unless you just feel really confident with Miss Chalice, which it is possible, I'm sure it is. But I just felt better with Cuphead, especially for the parry attacks. And I will show you my setup here. Of course, I had Charge and Crack Shot. I really haven't changed my get up at all. The only thing I changed was the Astral Cookie for the Honey Bee boss or whatever, and that's about it. So now we're going on to Sally's Stage Play, I'm pretty sure is her name. I'm starting to use Spread Shot here. This is the first time I think I've changed my weapon the entire episode. So I parry the hearts, obviously, and I'm standing right beside her, because it's pretty easy to dodge her attacks if you're like right below her or not. So I'm trying to get maximum damage here with the Spread Shot. Stage 1 and 2 I think is easy with the Spread Shot. I almost got hit there. I'm surprised I didn't. Even looking back on it, I'm like, wow, that was really close. Alright, and that's my third parry. I usually try and get all 3 parries in the first stage of the fight, because that's just easier for me. There is other spots to parry, especially like the final stage of the battle, but I just get so lost. So the stage 1 and 2, you want to use Spread Shot. That's my recommendation. While dodging, you know, everything under the sun. Trying to trigger all these little cars. That was a good dodge by me. And now I'm just trying to do all the damage. When I'm away from her, you see I change my weapon to Crack Shot just to get a little extra damage. But when I get close, I start using Spread Shot, like that. So stage 3, actually I use a combination of Crack Shot and Spread Shot. Okay, yeah, big wave, so you just want to dash over that. I got hit, that was kind of dumb, took stupid damage. But if I was able to, I would get right under her and then use the Spread Shot. If not, I use the Crack Shot. And the Crack Shot is mainly, at least for me, for the final stage, because that is really tough. Dude, I have some sick dodges. I'm like epic at this game. But as you can see, every time I get the chance, I do switch to spread shot and get right under her. But now, since it is the final stage, I do just go with the crack shot. And I got hit there, actually. I lost like 1 or 2 hit points in the past 30 seconds to a minute. So I'm not even using my supers. I know I used enough. I felt like I got all my parries at the first stage. I'm feeling confident. As you can see, I'm jumping all around and dashing. That usually means I'm feeling pretty good. So timing felt really, really good. It was actually 1 minute over 2 minutes, but as you know from other bosses, it doesn't have to be exactly at or under 2 minutes. It can be a little over. I think if it's about 10 seconds over, it doesn't count as an S rank, but since 1 second is under 10 seconds, because that's just basic math, we're good. So that is 4 bosses done, and we're actually going to do a little cut here to the Phantom Express or whatever. We're going to do all the land bosses, then we go to the plane bosses. Just thought it'd be easier. So my setup here, spread shot, crack shot, super art 1, and of course the heart ring. I'm addicted to that charm. Don't even get me started on that. So for the Phantom Express, we have converge, crack shot, and we're actually going to use Miss Chalice with super art 3. It is just easier to parry things here as Miss Chalice, I found. This took me a couple attempts because I either wouldn't get all my parries or I would get hurt too much, but you know, that's neither here nor there. The parrying the train track does not count as parries, and parrying the tail at the end of the final boss does not also count as parries. So you have to parry either the ghost skulls that happen in the 3rd stage or the pumpkin gum sticks or whatever that happen in this stage. So as long as you hit these little pumpkin things, it gets overwhelming. Sometimes in this stage I'll let the pumpkin hit the little track just because if I jump I'm gonna get hit. That time I got super lucky. I don't know how I didn't hit the dude right there. Sometimes it's better for the pumpkin to drop, you know, a little thing on the track, but more often than not, it's not good. You have to get really lucky here and hope that the other boss is the one that does the lightning attack. I've had runs where I'm under the boss that does the lightning attack and you're kind of screwed. Like, there's nothing you can do there. So as you can see, converge is really helping here. I think that was either my 3rd or 4th parry, but I'm just trying to make sure I get all of them. That's definitely more than enough. But again, trying to make sure I get all my parries because I had like 1 or 2 attempts where I didn't get the parry mission. All right, all 4 health. I've been here before with all health and then I'd screw it up. So I switched to crack shot here because again, there's a lot happening on screen. So I just decide to focus on the projectiles that are coming at me that could harm me, and then do crack shot damage because it is doing a moderate amount of damage, just not as much as another weapon. As you can see here, I could have parried, but actually if you parry and then his little heart gauge opens up, and if you're like on top of it, that does hurt. I lost a couple attempts to that, so I actually decided to play it safe and wait for him to do another rotation where he went back and then forward and then parried his little tail. So basically parry his little tail where you know you can basically fall back onto the train track without hitting the newly opened little heart gauge thing. It sounds kind of complicated, but just go back and watch. It makes sense when you see it. And if you get hit by the heart gauge and then you compare it to my video, it'll make a lot of sense because I got hit by that so many times. Alright, on to the first plane level of Isle 3. I'm just showing you that I have the heart ring here. We have Cala Maria. That is the first plane level. I feel like that this is definitely the easiest plane level out of the 2 that is in this, you know, Isle. But also, this is probably the hardest plane level that I have faced so far. The reason it is the hardest is because if you don't know, which you probably do, I mean, you probably don't need me to tell you. Alright, nice, got 1 parry out of that. But you get turned to stone in stage 2 and 3. So I'm trying to do maximum damage and parry the pufferfish or the little fireballs. Right here, I got lucky with two pufferfish parries. Dang, that's a sentence. There's a lot happening on screen. I just turned into the tiny plane, move around. Almost got hit there, but almost doesn't count. All right, on to stage 2. So now she can turn us to stone if she wants. Go all Medusa on us. As you can see, I switched between like my regular shot and my bomb shot, and the reason for that is I just try and tap all my buttons at once, just to like, you know, break the little what's it called, being turned to stone bit. All right, feeling good. So when I get to this stage, I just try and launch my regular bombs. I don't charge up for a super or anything. I can still afford one hit, so I'm just trying to make sure that if I get turned to stone, I can dodge things, like right there. That was a good dodge. Yeah, this is not a good dodge. That was awful. But I am on 3 health, so I just... Ooh, that was so lucky that she got hit there and that I did enough damage. Because if not, I might have gotten hit by that skull, and if not, I definitely would have gotten hit by something else. I'm not feeling great about time, but it actually was 10 seconds under 2 minutes, 150. And, you know, I parried everything, super meters, feeling good. So, we are moving on to the hardest boss, possibly of this challenge, and that is not an understatement. The devil, I'm going to regret saying this, the devil is going to be a cakewalk in comparison to this next guy. And if you know what I'm talking about, or you know Isle 3 at all, it's Dr. Cal's robot. This took... I hit freaking to load into the regular match. This is a different attempt. I had to load in, do it differently. Anyway, you can ask Andrew. I probably played this... I don't even know how many hours. It was ridiculous. This boss might have taken the longest attempts. Probably did. It felt like the longest attempts. So basically, I'm going to help you guys out. What you want to do is you want to get the top part, his little head antenna thing, destroyed. Do it with bombs, but also dodge the middle bit. Second, take out the bottom part, where he launches bombs. While you're taking out the middle bit and parrying the little purple, or the little pink thing, hit bombs while dodging the golden wrenches. It's really hard to do, but once you get it down, it's good, because you don't want the bombs to do a loop-de-loop, because if the bombs do a loop-de-loop, they actually gain double their speed. It's crazy. Like, if they do a loop and you do not get them, they will double their speed. It is, like, insanity. Anyway, once you get the heart, use your super move on the heart. Once you get to this, use the bombs on the down path and use your bullets on the top path while simultaneously destroying bombs. It doesn't sound easy, and I promise you it's not. When you get to this stage, this is the stage I lost so many attempts to. This stage is why this attempt took 2 different days to record and easily over 5 hours. Which, now I'm thinking about it, honestly doesn't sound like a whole lot, but like, it felt like forever. While you're in this stage, use the mini plane to your advantage, like turning small. It is going to be a lifesaver, like right here. You move faster, your hitbox is smaller. I don't know how I dodged that. That was like miraculous. Also, simultaneously parry so many things. You have to go through about, roughly, if you use the regular bullets like I'm using instead of the bombs, you have to go about through 2.5 rotations of that, the crystal attack. So basically you want to charge up 2 super bombs and then just dodge everything else. And if you can hit them in between, great. As you can see, I had 202, but again, like I said, it doesn't have to be under 2 minutes. As long as it's like 205, 210 or under, you should be getting the S rank. And like I have done for every isle before, I'm going to walk around, show you guys all the S ranks that I've done, how beautiful it looks. And yeah, just show you the contract list at the end. So yeah, Dr. Cal's robot is just insanity. I had a couple attempts where I either had the time and not the health, or I had everything except the time. It was heartbreaking. So here I go walking around. That's the little vermin. This is the honey boss coming up. Obviously, that was the first one we S-ranked today. We're going over to the pirate. Stopping by saying hello. Passed by one of the pacifist levels that I did ages ago. Calamaria, Sally Stage Play, and then the Phantom Express. And the only thing that is left in the main game is King Dice and the Devil. And I will give them their own episode next time. See you there. Peace out, guys.